That's some really fucking really aggressive sniffing. What are you sniffing?
It's right. As we know, I use March of War bases on a lot of my stuff,
yeah.
right? But none of his rim jobs are inconsistent.
They're different thicknesses.
Yeah, I like a consistent rimming, right? So what I do is I cut the rims off.
Okay.
And then I super glued the base to a Games Workshop base, so they end up slightly higher. But it makes them look. But I like the model height because it makes them look more heroic. It makes them look like every model looks special when it's a little bit taller. I do find it better that like you buy the base size smaller than the base you're using. I tend to do because then sometimes you don't have to snip it off then.
Okay.
So I use like a 28 on a 32. Also, none of the March of War bases have holes in the bottom.
For magnets.
For magnets. So it's better to snip it, glue it to a GW base, and then you can use your... what are they fucking called? What are they called? I'm aware I've demonetised this already. What are they called? The people, the magnets people.
War mag,
yeah.
I had a blank for a minute there as well.
Yeah.
Nezzy says, do you guys do daily savings? We just switched and the stream is an hour later, so it's a new norm. It's a new norm till the 29th. My mic's not on.
What's I was going to say, what's daylight savings? I know what daylight savings is. I watched a...
Daylight savings for us kicks in on the 29th, Nezzy. So the Americans changed this last weekend. We don't change to the 29th of March.
Why is that then?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Because that means the time zones are different as well then, surely.
Yeah.
So that's because they want to be different.
Liam's loud enough for Joe to pick him up. Yeah, well, project, isn't it? Project. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Tuesday lunchtime. I'm aware it's normally a chair stream. I chose to do this, actually. I'll explain why in just a moment. If you haven't already, though, please make sure you smash all those magical YouTube buttons. First, hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that bell notification icon if you want to blah, blah, blah. Normal stuff, right?
Right.
Last Thursday we did a build stream and I built Farsight and I actually really fucking enjoyed it. And I'm looking at him going, oh, I really want to paint him actually at some point in the very near future. I'm not getting much chance to hobby outside of this building at the moment because my life's a bit fucked. So I wanted to do more building. I want to lean into the fact that I'm currently enjoying the hobby. And this is the downside to having a shop downstairs. Because I was like, I want to build something big and impressive. And keep it on town theme. So I bought a Stormsurge.
Yeah.
That I couldn't afford, really. So, you know, exclamation mark gift. Big shout out to Whitey55, who's already gifted 5 memberships, Jay.
Thank you. What's the delobe?
Hey?
Andrew Cook says, that's how a delobe works, Joe.
I don't know what that is either. Do you want to give Mr. Whitey a hope whilst you think about it?
Thank you, Mr. Y55. I hope that you become Kronos, Master of Time.
Okay.
Yeah.
What can Kronos Master of Time do?
Controls time, doesn't he? Obviously.
Okay. What does that mean? Like you can stop time? You can go back in time?
Yeah.
Oh,
move forward in time.
All the things?
A globe. Yeah, I know how a globe works, right? I know how a globe works, right? I know how time zones work, right? But daylight savings, we go forward and backwards an hour, right?
Yeah.
But surely that only works, right, if we all do it at the same time.
Well, I mean...
Because of obviously how the cant of the planet works and the sun and blah, 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 blah.
Cant of the planet.
Right? Like, why did they have to do their daylight savings, like, weeks ahead?
Well, I mean, wasn't daylight savings originally invented during the war? No? Was it the First World War? Daylight savings? I feel like I've read somewhere that it was a war thing to make sure maximum production on farms or something.
I don't know.
I remember. Who cares? I'm sure it was for farmers.
But now I need to know.
So daylight savings was invented for farmers, and now they've got fucking combines and tractors with night suns attached to them, which means they can light up their whole field. I don't think they need it anymore.
I do like driving along at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and you can just see like a small planet, a small sun moving around in a field.
This might be one of the coolest town models in existence.
What is it? The Stormsurge.
It's a giant stompy robot with 3 dudes in a pilot seat with missiles and fucking big...
I like it.
It's a proper mech warrior, this.
It's rare that I will say that a non-specific Games Workshop 3D print is cool. But there's a conversion kit where it's holding it like a broadside cannon.
I don't want it to, though. I think that makes them worse. I think it makes them worse.
It just looks like a big broadside then.
Yeah, it does, but I think that makes them worse.
My thing I don't like about that is the little T-Rex arms, the little missiles.
No, so I love it. It's a mech warrior. What does it need arms for?
Punching.
It doesn't need to punch. It's got a fucking great big gun.
What if someone gets really close to it?
Well,
it's got a stupid little chicken legs.
It's your own fault. You should have shot it already, shouldn't you? This thing's got enough missiles and weapons and armaments to level cities.
When I played Lee at Warhammer World many moons ago, before I knew him, before I knew he was an associate of yours, he ran a Stormsurge.
He does.
Right. And I remember tying it up with a solitaire.
I bet he loved that. Yeah. Just passing through pin buttons.
Yeah, basically, I was like, because he had that, some Crisis 2 Commanders, and then just a fucking wall of Fire Warriors in 2,000 points. And I was running Drakari Quins. And I just blitz YOLO'd the solitaire into combat with that thing so it could shoot me.
I love it.
I'm building the Warhammer Commemorative Series Eldar Man.
So I can have a pulse blast cannon, Joe, or a pulse driver cannon. Which one shall we have? The pulse blast cannon has a 24-inch range, 2-shot, hitting on 4s, strength 24, AP -6, flat 12 damage profile.
That sounds gross.
Or a 48-inch 6-shot, hitting on 4, strength 10, AP 2, 4 damage profile. They're both heavy.
Damage 4 is pretty good right now.
The pulse driver cannon is 72 inches, but it does give you D6 plus 3 shots, hitting on 4s at strength 12, -3, 3 damage with blast.
I'd go damage 4.
So those ones are both the same weapon, so you can choose the 12 damage as well.
Yeah, I'd go with that one just because D6 plus 3 is you could have 4 shots.
You could have 4.
Whereas that one, you've always got 6 shots. It's always consistent.
I was thinking that. That's what I was leaning to as well. I don't know which one that is though.
And because the game is a lot of 3-4 man units as well, I had a little fin in my bag.
The blast cannon. Oh, the blast cannon's the shitter looking gun out of the 2. I like the bigger one.
The bigger one?
Yeah, that's the cooler looking gun.
Yeah.
Shoulder. But that's the one that this is.
Oh.
Daylight savings was invented in World War I. I thought it was, yeah. Beautiful. Anyway, we haven't got loads to talk about today, chat, so we just kind of picked on the fact that does Hobby House sell online-only Games Workshop kits? Let me get to that in a second. We haven't got a lot of stuff to talk about today, chat, really. There has been some cool stuff that was released yesterday, which we'll have a conversation about, which is part of the reason why I wanted to do a hobby stream, as well as the fact that I've got my mojo for hobbying is coming back, so I want to lean into it and do a little bit. And you won't see me build much, but it's something, and it's better than nothing, which is good for me at the moment. But I have announced some new stuff. We did see last week on, I think it was the Friday show, the brand new Orc Warboss multi-part kit, which I actually, as not a big Orc fan, think is beautiful. I think he's a quality looking kit.
Yeah.
And the options make me quite excited. I think it's the first ever multi-part Warboss.
He looks very real, you know?
Yeah,
he's
rugged and...
Yeah, he's kind of like, because like most other Orc stuff's very goofy, right? It's very cartoony, whereas he's quite natural looking.
Yeah, I think he looks really, really good.
Yeah.
They then said, that was a leak that, because, you know, after reducing the creator program massively, they stopped all the leaks. Or option B.
Yeah.
So good job, GW. Well done for destroying your influencer program to not stop the leaks. And then that happened on Friday. Not that I'm sorry about it at all. And
I can hear that.
They then said there's
in your voice.
They then said there's more Orc stuff coming on Monday, which was a bit of a lie because they actually showcased some sort of snippets of it. They didn't really showcase what it was.
Yeah, it was like a rumour engine.
So I want to have a conversation with Joe about what he thinks that is versus what I think that is, if on the off chance it might be different. They also announced a bunch of kits and boxes and stuff. The new Iron Warriors Combat Patrol, which looks quite sexy.
I quite like that one. I think that's quite good.
Fan. And a couple other big box sets, which Joe's got opinions on. And we'll just have a conversation. So, as always, it's the Hobby Show. We've got, both of us got chat in front of us. We've also got chat on the screen in front of you. So we like to try and interact. We like to talk to you. Obviously, the best way to get your questions answered is by sticking it on a postcard. If you stick a super chat in there, we will respond. And one of the best ways of supporting the stream, as some of you already have, is by gifting memberships. So thank you so much, Whitey55, for the 5 gifted. You're a legend. But we like to hit 100 members every show. That's more important now. And the reason why that's more important now than ever before, and I'm going to sound like a bit of an arsehole here, and I don't mean to, but that's because I've temporarily cancelled Monday night shows for my own health, to be honest with you. So since Hobby House has opened, we're now open on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're open 4 till 10 Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 till 10 Saturday, and 10 till 6 on Sunday. I'm working all of those times, plus doing Liam and Joe shows, plus doing the evening game streams, plus doing Wednesday night stream and Friday night stream from here. I literally walk upstairs from here, do the show, walk back downstairs and finish my shift, right? As well as coming in early to take deliveries, as well as sorting out all the orders, etc. That won't be forever, right? Because at some point, hopefully, the business works, we make money, we hire people, I won't have to do all that stuff because we'll have staff to do it. At the moment, at least, it's a brand new business. We've already got 2 staff members and staff is very expensive. We are where we are, it is what it is, that's what I'm gonna have to do in the short term. That means that my Saturdays that I had off are gone.
I'm leaving.
And my Sundays that I mostly had off are also gone. So I need to get some time back where I can actually rest. And Sunday, I felt quite unwell and quite shitty and quite low. So I'm now doing no work on Mondays at all. I've even moved my gym session that Toby and I used to do on Monday evenings to Tuesday mornings, so I don't have to do anything on a Monday at all, to try and be able to get some R&R and to rest a little bit, because things are quite tough. I'm not looking for a sympathy vote. I've launched the businesses, but so that's why, we're not doing Monday shows. That's one less show to hit targets on, but that means if we could hit targets for every other show, that'd be fucking incredible. You guys have been amazing. I said it to you in Discord. Thank you for your continued and insane support for me and Joe and for the channel in general. It's really, really appreciated. And I actually feel a bit better because I had some time to actually rest yesterday and chill out and see the kids, which was good. More sprues.
I needed a head.
You needed some head?
I needed some head.
Okay.
I needed a head that wasn't the head that comes in the box.
Right, okay. You're taking the limited edition model and bastardising him into something that you want?
Well, only the head.
Oh, okay. He is a sick model, though.
He is awesome. I like him a lot, but I want him to be a Corsair autarch.
Yeah.
For my Corsair army, and I just needed something to make him look a bit more fancy.
A bit fancy. So that's why that's happening. I just want to let you guys know. I put it out on Discord yesterday. Mondays is temporarily suspended. It's not cancelled. It's temporarily suspended, right? So when we get staff in, I start to get maybe some weekend time back. For example, every chance Great All Hobby Night comes back at 7:30 on a Monday. What I'm also going to try and do is find another time during the week where I can squeeze another maybe daytime show in. So it might be that there's a Wednesday Liam show from the studio or a Friday day show or maybe even a Sunday day show, depending on how busy we are. So keep an eye on Discord for the notification, keep an eye on YouTube for the notification so I can maybe try and keep to 10 to 7 streams a week. But for the short term, I need to be able to rest so I don't make myself very unwell.
Time is more valuable than money. PLS, take care.
I don't know, money's quite valuable.
So time is more valuable than money until you can't pay your bills.
I know some Navy medics who love 100 members. Eyes emoji.
Is it just going to keep going off? Or, because if it's going to
It did this the other day where it just kept going off.
If it's going to do what it's supposed to do, then we'll leave it. No, it's just going to keep going off. Fucking Brian.
You can't delete him.
You can.
You deleted him the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, and then I put him back on for the Friday night show. And then I thought I'd worked out how I could hide it on OBS so that it doesn't go off when I want it not on.
Yeah.
But I can't. Okay, fix the problem. Fucking Brian.
I think that fin might be too large.
Okay. But yeah, thank you for those 2 super chats, you legends. Evan, again, time is very valuable, but money's a little bit more valuable if I can't pay. Oh, I put it on back on the height. That's better. Money's more valuable because if I can't pay Joe, and I can't pay rent, and I can't pay the bills, that's also quite a problem, right? So,
just rest when the heart attack kicks in.
Yeah. And Darth Medic says, "Fucking like the fucking." There we go. He says, "I know some Navy medics who'd love 100 members." I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Should we get through these members quickly as well, Joe?
Yeah.
So Tank, because you've got some hopes to do, and I'll start building. Tank gifted 5 of the finest memberships.
Thank you, Tank. I hope that you become the next Chancellor of the Exchange.
Okay, Tank. I don't know if you care for that career, but that's what you've got now.
Yeah.
Evan, thank you for 5 gifted.
Thank you, Evan. I hope that you become the next Mr. Bombastic.
Thank you, Soups, for the 1 gifted, and thank you, Stefan, for 10 gifted members.
Thank you, Stefan. I hope that you get to run a small Cornish pasty van at festivals this summer.
Amazing. And thank you, Stefan, for the $5. He says mental health and physical health need to be looked after. They do. And that's the way I'm looking at it, right? If I can maintain a similar revenue level with 1 less show a week, and I can recover, then that's more. Because if I do 7 shows and burn out, and I can't do any shows, I don't make any money, right?
Right.
So, Chancellor of the local. So, yeah, it's hard, but I think it's required. I think it's needed.
Mm.
What have I done to inherit that shit show, says Tank. Yeah, I thought we liked Tank.
We do.
Oh.
But maybe he can fix it.
I mean, maybe he can.
You could be the one.
Surely he can't do a worse job than the people in charge.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I saw a lot of memes recently and jokes about potholes. But because I'm British, I find those things important. And they're getting bad. They're getting real bad, the pothole situation. There's one on the the traffic light roundabout as you come off the motorway.
Yeah.
To come here. There's a massive one that's like creeping across the centre lane. It's getting deeper.
I went to the gym in Eastleigh this morning, and coming out of Eastleigh to come here, there was a pothole that I didn't see till the very last minute, which has got orange paint around it, so they're clearly aware it was there. And honestly, I think it goes through to Australia. I hit it, and I thought I'd broke my wheel.
My favourite people at the moment who are going through and pouring quick drying cement into them.
Yeah.
Because apparently that's like against the law.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Apparently it's because I don't know, because it creates more work. But I was like, but it's also saving the council, because the council can be fined for any damage that gets done to cars. You can go if it messes up your car, the potholes, you can go to the council and claim money back.
Can you?
Yeah.
Where's 71? 71's there.
Oh, I don't know, that head, the head he comes with is very nice.
Darth Medic upgraded to Jarl as well. Thank you so much, mate. You're a hero. We're on 27 of the finest members right now, you wonderful peoples. So, Jojo, new orc stuff.
I need to go find the pictures.
There's like the power.
There's football stuff on my screen. What is this?
What's this nonsense?
No one likes football.
I do.
It is definite nonsense, isn't it? Right. Where are we going? Warhammer community.
Yeah. It's yesterday's article. It's got the weird power claw, the weird Gatling cannon. And
Sneak peek at Orc Bits. There's a grot on the shoulder. He's like on a gun, like riding on the back. There's a big ass claw.
A big ass claw.
And a big gun. It looks like Gaz's gun, doesn't it?
So, chat, if you've seen the Orc article, what I want you to do is stick on a postcard right now. What do you think those things are? Are they a new character? Are they a new kit? Are they a new vehicle? Are they a new kit of vehicles? What are they? Tell us. Tell us what you think.
It could be new Mega Knobs, could be...
Let them guess first, Joe.
Oh. Okay.
Although I do think that when they said on Friday more Orc stuff revealed on Monday, it's a bit of a letdown that that's all we got.
The rumour engine is some kind of Sigmar door.
Is it?
Which I'm hoping is a Cities of Sigmar cogfort. So Cities of Sigmar in the books have cogforts, which is basically like a steam engine, like a steam tank, but it's like on crabby legs, and they're fucking massive. How's that fin head? Is that a cool fin head?
Yeah, I mean you've taken a nice Eldar model and ruined it, but
he's literally just got a head swap. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
But now he looks different to all the other ones.
I'm a pure craft fighter, Joe, aren't I?
Yeah, a dweeb. Yeah.
Thanks, mate. You're so supportive of me.
Yeah, absolute weeb. There's a guy who's done a bunch of videos who rates like proper personality traits based on Reddit community groups and what other groups that they associate with.
Okay.
Apparently, like looking at like the things that they kind of like what they follow. So like Eldar players, massive weebs, like always into like Asian big titty stuff.
Not me.
You know. Grey Knight players as well.
I'm not into that stuff.
Like Slash people really into politics.
Is that a thing? Or have you just made that up?
I made that. I'm going to build. I'm bored of building Incubi at the moment. I'm going to build Lilith.
So Carl said new Orc kits, aren't they? Thanks, mate. Cheers. Thanks, Carl. And then Big Bad Peter came in and said, I think it's new Mech Walker. A new Mech Walker or a replacement for current Mech Walkers? I've seen a theory out there that people think it's new Killer Cans.
I mean, the Killer Cans are like a kit that don't really need upgrading, but I wouldn't be sad if they were.
Yeah. I think I probably agree with that, actually. They're okay, but they surely can't get worse. They're not bad.
They could try.
They could
Try and make them worse.
Games Workshop says, have you seen KTS? Hold our beer.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That was change for change's sake, and they messed it up.
No, I think he needed a new kit, KTS.
Oh, he needed a new kit because he didn't really exist anymore. But
yeah, Finecast, wasn't he, before?
Yeah.
Do they still sell anything Finecast?
Rarely. I think Lord of the Rings has a few bits in it still. I think they're trying to get rid of it.
It's actually Finecast, not resin.
Yeah. Because a lot of the Hobbit stuff, when that came out, was right. The Hobbit stuff was like right in the middle of the Finecast era.
Whoever it was who invented Finecast should be jailed.
Yeah. I think it was like a temporary solution that went on a lot longer, that didn't stay very temporary kind of thing. They were just trying to figure out a new way of doing things.
Is that maybe the worst Games Workshop invention of recent eras, Finecast? Or do you think there's worse?
I mean, it's a tough one because who the fuck? People that People that make models are not good at making instructions. Good God.
Why?
Because like a lot of the stuff just doesn't make sense. I don't think I've ever built Lilith. I had the other versions, but I don't think I ever had this version.
The Hobbit stuff. So the Hobbit stuff is still Finecast. Interesting.
I know the Games Workshop carry cases are god awful.
I don't think they are.
They're not designed to carry anything outside of a Primaris holding a bolt gun.
So I took my World Eaters, when I had my old World Eaters warband, to Gibraltar in a Games Workshop carry case. And I had basically 0 breakages, and that's on a fucking plane. So I don't think the carry cases are as bad as a lot of you say they are. But then that's just my own personal experience. I think you're all just being little bitches.
True. I mean, you clearly never tried to transport Drakari, and
that is correct. That is in fact correct. I haven't done
those
that,
like those just break. But the moment you put them in there, I had when I had Drakari, I had to buy custom cut because this was like the time before the hobby had really embraced magnets. They'd gone all Principal Skinner, like held them all in place with magnets.
Yeah.
So everyone was using A case or KR cases, the KR custom stuff. So you had to spend an absolute fucking fortune on custom made, custom cut foam.
That's what I used to have, the KR case custom cut stuff. It was good though, I liked it, but it was expensive. But it was nice that your model just fitted in perfectly.
Yeah. So like for Drakari, like having those cases that like perfectly held a venom without it breaking was wonderful. Especially if you were someone like me who glued the stems in.
Yeah, long before the days of magnet cases, which are now just the future, I think. I don't think I'll ever go back to non-magnet cases, to be honest.
No.
Can't see a world where I do that. Magnet cases are just so good.
The only time I don't use magnet cases, like at the moment where I've bought a whole bunch of the 18 litre, I think in the last month, I think I bought 4 of them, the 18 litre really useful tubs, where I haven't got magnets in them at the moment, so stuff just kind of slides around flat. But because I use the March of War bases on top of normal plastic bases, and then I use things like sand and filler, they're quite heavy, so the models don't really roll over. So as long as they're kind of stay flat and don't fall over, they're all right.
Yeah.
Now I just need to do the magnet sheet and the magnet stickers, and then we're all good.
Yeah, and then it becomes a magnet case anyway, right?
Yeah.
That's part of it, isn't it?
I've got like my magnet backpack, my green stuff world magnet backpack, which I do really, really like for tournaments. But I'm currently trying to find one that has like a slide off front. But yeah, I really like that for like things like public transport. If you're not going in your own car, I can say that the backpack magnet carry cases are just a bit better.
Yeah, I've got a battle foam Magna rack and a big bag backpack thing, and taking that to places like Beachhead is just fucking beautiful. So easy, everything fits it. Well, as long as you build an army that fits in one, which is the other problem.
Yeah, I had to do a bit of a few army changes on my Templars to get them to fit.
Yeah, I've literally changed my army list for events so they can fit in my Magna rack backpack.
Yeah,
I'll just prefer them. Thank you, Darth Medic, for the $5. He says, talking about governments, look at North Sea oil policy and shakes your head knowing I'm right. I don't know what you're on about.
I'm not kept up to date in the North Sea.
No, I also probably won't touch politics as a topic because it's very divisive.
I will say the fuel prices at the moment are mental though.
They'll come back down again.
Yeah, they always do.
They're already dropping.
Although it depends where you live, right, as well.
It does, yeah, but they're already dropping again because old Donald Turnip said today that the war's nearly over. So the market's already responded, the price is already dropping.
Just get battle foam.
Battle foam is the people that make my Magnarack case. Battle foam are great.
They are great.
They're fucking expensive. Really fucking expensive. Overcosted, in fact.
Like, the moment I have to spend over 60 quid on a case, I'm like, no.
Yeah, when your case costs as much as your models.
I like my models to stay safe, but I'm also not made of money. And I have a lot of stuff to transport around. So I'm just like, why spend 200 quid on one case when I can buy a bunch of 18 litre really useful tubs for 11 quid each?
And some cheap fucking magnets.
Yeah.
Exactly. I like my Magnarack from Battle Foam. I do really like it. But nowadays, all I do is buy rubs and War Mag.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like those things, they're a bit of a bougie purchase, aren't they?
You guys are welcome. I'd love for you to send a super chat in and tell us what your perfect carrying solution is for your models.
Yeah.
Because there's always someone out there, there's something you're like, oh, fuck, that's a really good idea.
I remember War Master Will made me sick
Yes.
with his. He deserves to be sanctioned.
That isn't really a travel case solution, though, is it?
No, that's just a fucking biscuit tin filled with shame.
Luckily, we love Will.
But not his way of transporting.
Not his way of transporting, correct.
They did really remove some of the cake from Lilith. God, I was saying, Metal Lilith was caked up.
Was she?
Less cake on this one. They gave it all to Shadow Sun. She took all the cake.
Thank you, Elginge, for the $5. Joe, how do you feel about the Winged Prime having its sustained taken away in the app update? Not that I used it much, but rather unnecessary in my opinion.
It's another excuse not to take it. Just so angry, I pulled my microphone off.
Did you take it anyway?
No, because I didn't take Warriors, because Warriors are poo. They just, like, part of me feels like, are they just making the Warrior stuff bad because we're going to get Warriors and they want you to buy the new stuff? Because, like, Games Workshop must know that, like, when they push out loads of kits at a go because they want to clear it off and get rid of it, e.g. Deathwing Knights, last edition, did they sell many of the new Deathwing Knights as a result? Because if all the Dark Angels players were like, I've just spent 150 quid on Deathwing Knights, I now don't want to have to buy more Deathwing Knights.
Yeah, but I think
are they like we're better off just not selling them, not pushing them out, so when the new thing comes out that's a replacement for the old thing, they'll sell better.
They must have data on it.
Yeah, because I was talking to Josh, and he says his worst performing videos on his YouTube are the Eldar Aspect Warriors ones.
Oh, really?
The best performing one is Lycus. Lycus is new, but the Aspect Warrior ones did really, really poorly because because people don't need to learn how to use them, because the people that already have 30 warp spiders, have 30 striking scorpions, have 30 whatever. Like, they don't need to learn to paint striking scorpions that, because they've already done it, but B, they're probably not buying that many because they already have 30 of everything.
Yeah, I sometimes forget that not everyone's me and you. Whereby, oh, new Gene Stealers, I must replace all my old ones. Sound familiar, JJ?
Yeah, I mean, I've only got 20 of the new Gene Stealers.
So far.
But,
yeah.
But I would like to get to 30. But I'm on a bit of an Imperial Fist type at the moment. And then yesterday, they announced...
Oh, I love the segue. Oh, it's nice. Look at that, professional.
Yeah. Yesterday, they announced the new Combat Patrol Iron Warriors, which is yet another Space Marine Combat Patrol or Army box with fucking Legionaries and Havocs and Terminators in. It's a good combat patrol if you don't do Chaos Space Marines already.
Yeah, if you're starting them, because Iron Warriors, for example, it's great.
And I think it's, by the looks of it, it might be the only way to get the Iron Warriors upgrade sprue to begin with. Interestingly, no Iron Warriors shoulder pads for Terminators, unlike the Red Corsairs, which I find a bit weird.
Unless they've got a separate kit coming out.
But the thing I care about, though, is the Eye of Terror Battalion Sons of Dawn.
This is a weird box for me, but you love it, right?
It's a good box. I think, I'm going to be honest, I don't give a shit about the contents, but what it represents, the information that it confers.
Okay,
right?
all right, okay, I'm hear it.
Right. Because in the box set, you get a Ballistic Dreadnought, a Redemptor Dreadnought, and 2, not 1, but 2 Repulsor Executioners. Probably because they don't sell many, because they're fucking extortionately priced. Right? A Repulsor Executioner on the Games Workshop website is... Hang on. I know I've got a phone here, but I don't want to have to change screens. Look what I was looking at when I was in the toilet.
There's more Tau fans.
Templar. I was looking at... if anyone wants to supply me with a full-sized Templar helmet, fill your boots. Right, where was I going? Repulsor Executioner from Games Workshop is £71.50.
For one?
For one.
So 2 would be £143.
So if this box set is 150 quid, I kind of feel like it's an auto buy. If you're just a Space Marine player, because let's be honest, you could buy it from someone else for less than £150, all right? And you're getting 2 free dreadnoughts. So the Space Marines also get a new detachment in the Eye of Terror set.
Well, they did need that. They did need even more detachments.
And I dropped this the other day. I was like, if they're releasing an Iron Warriors book and the new detachment isn't Imperial Fists related, they've missed a bit here. But as its name might suggest, the Ceramite Sentinels detachment is all about playing the defensive game. Something that's much easier to do with big hunks of armour in the middle of the battlefield. This battalion box adds the mother of all anvils to your army, comprising of 2 Repulsor Executioners when they've just had their points increased, a Ballistic Dreadnought and a Redemptor Dreadnought, plus a Black Templar's upgrade frame so you can accessorise your armour with some Templar-themed trinkets. You also get both an Imperial Fist transfer sheet and a Black Templar's transfer sheet, so you can split the force down the middle or roll them into one chapter, or, paint them however you like. Warhammer's great like that. But
as long as you're using Warhammer paints, because you can't use Citadel paints anymore.
Yeah. But no, so the new detachment is clearly Sons of Dawn based, right?
Clearly.
Which I'm a big fan of. At the moment,
clearly the detachment is. Thank you, Carl, for exclamation mark gift. I appreciate you.
So, so I've been rewarded by hyping Imperial Fists and Black Templars. I've got a squad of heavy intercessors at home with a intercessor captain and an apothecary biologist, which I'm going to do as Crimson Fists.
Okay.
To kind of slip them in, so I can have a full kind of Daunian Crusade kind of thing. But I think that's a really good box set. But also, I do like that they've basically announced what the detachment is.
I, as always with these box sets, I feel like I can never say whether I think it's a good box set or not until I know what they're charging. So if they're charging 100 quid, it's insane value.
I mean,
if they're charging 150 quid. It's arguably still very good value. If we're closing in on £200, it starts to become a lot less.
If it's £200, it's a waste of money.
Well, they often, a lot of these box sets nowadays, if you do the math, a lot of these box sets nowadays are sitting at around a 50% saving.
Yeah.
A 40 to 50% saving. So if 2 Repulsor Executioners are £142 or £143, and each Dreadnought's, 40 quid?
Probably more.
Really?
I think the Redemptor Dreadnought's getting a bit spenny. So a little goosey gander. Redemptor. The Primaris Redemptor Dreadnought is £49.50.
So what about the Ballistus? Can you get that separately? Or is he one of those combination sprue jobbies?
The Ballistus Dreadnought is £44.50.
So 44 plus 49 is 89, 93, plus 250s is 94. So £94 plus £143 is 243 minus 6. No, plus 6. So it's like 250 quid worth of stuff.
Yeah.
So if we're doing a 50% saving, that'd be £125.
Yeah.
For that box. If it's £125 for that box, it's insane.
I reckon it'll be 150. But knowing Games Workshop, it'll probably be like 160. But if you buy it from a third-party retailer, I think it's a great price. Because it's a saving on a saving.
Yeah, if the independent retailer gets the same markup on it that they normally get,
yeah,
and they can give you 15% off of 150 quid,
yeah,
so you get another 22.50 off. You're then getting it for less than 130. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're getting all of that for less than the cost of 2 repulsors on their own.
Yeah. Although the only thing that gripes me about it is it's another fucking box set with the Ballistus and the Redemptor in. I do feel like every time they do a box set, it always has to have a fucking Redemptor in it.
But Joe, what about 10th Redemptor?
Yeah.
They're a bit Redemptor mad, aren't they, in their boxes?
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure the Christmas Space Marine box, which was Imperial Fist coloured, I'm pretty sure that one was also had a Ballistus in it. So I kind of feel like they've got just a lot of Ballistus kind of boxes just lying around at the moment. And they're like, we just need to clear the warehouse.
Chat, we're on 27 members right now.
But for what it represents, I'm very excited because I wanted to know what the detachment in there is, and it's narratively exciting.
It is narratively exciting. It's a shame that it's. I've said this already before, right? It's a shame it's taken to the end of the edition for the narrative to get exciting.
Yeah. And Toby's painting his Iron Warriors
rapidly as well. Am I right?
And I ordered off of the merchandise website because it did help me that I had a 15% off code. An Imperial Fist t-shirt and the Imperial Fist hanging banner. So when I come and fight Toby, Iron Warriors versus Fists, I can plant my flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you told him that you've got yourself a flag?
Yeah.
So that he doesn't feel like he's been a bit like sideswiped and he's not prepared with his own flag.
If he knows that I've got a flag on the way, so he can get his own flag because they do an Iron Warriors flag. I want to be able to hang them from behind us, but I also like the idea that like if I go to tournaments with my Imperial Fist, I can get an actual banner pole with a holder, so I could just plant it next to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just plant it through the table, Joe.
Yeah, and then like
assert dominance.
Yeah. So I was looking at Crusader helmets in the bathroom.
Of course you were. It's definitely for the Templars as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to just do a stream just dressed in full
plate armor.
Plate armor, yeah. Well, there's like there's some great memes at the moment where it's like, you're going crusading again, aren't you? He's like, no, I'm going to do drugs.
We're not doing that. For reference, YouTube, if you're listening.
We're not doing drugs.
We're not doing that, YouTube, if you're listening.
The only drugs we do are ones that are recommended by doctors.
Please don't demonetize us.
I mean, we passed that already. Don't worry.
Have we? How?
I said to swear at the start.
Right at the start?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So.
Thanks, mate.
In
a world where I need more income. Thanks, mate.
Fuck 'em. Yeah, so I got a banner and a t-shirt coming. But now I'm like, Crusader outfit.
Chat, should I learn Tau tonight live on stream? Paddy's going away soon.
Yeah.
He's going away for 6 months.
Prison.
Yeah. You know, because of all the nonsense. Not true, by the way, just for reference. If his work's watching. So someone needs to pick up the Tau mantle. You don't want to, ever. Tom definitely doesn't want to. So I guess that responsibility is going to fall on me.
I
tell you what, if you want me to learn Tau, if we get to members target today, I promise you I will learn Tau live on air tonight.
Yeah.
If we get to members goal today on the Liam and Joe show, we're at 27 right now. We're over a quarter of the way there. I promise you I will learn Tau tonight on stream. Or try to learn Tau tonight on stream, I should say. Because Paddy always tells me it's a headache.
Yeah. Does anyone who's watching own Anastreus, but also a falchion for a size comparison?
Why?
Because a falchion is much cheaper than an Anastreus.
Oh, because the stress is resin, the falchion's now plastic.
Yeah. And look how pretty that is. Look at it.
That is quite pretty. I do love a good tank.
Yeah. And the Games Workshop were kind enough to paint this one yellow.
Yeah, it's got your juices going, is it?
Yeah. To the point where I'm enjoying painting yellow, so I'm kind of like, I kind of want to do Heresy Imperial Fists. Because I've got Heresy Tyrant Man with the fists. Got Sigismund. I want to get Dawn. I want to get Alexis Pollux. Mr. Bollocks.
You've become right hooked on Imperial Fist, haven't you? So you don't want to hit target? No. I'm just giving you a challenge, Deeks, aren't I? You're not even fucking green, dickhead.
He's abandoned us. Although it's always good to see a lot of grey names in, right? Because that means that people are finding us. And they're like, who are these majestic beasts?
Majestic sexual beasts.
And Liam, yeah.
Wow. Thanks, mate. Where to kick a man?
That's what I'm here for.
Keep me honest, Joe, don't you?
I do. You know, I rarely sugarcoat things. And I'm honest. Too honest sometimes.
Honest Joe is what they call him.
Yeah, Honest Abe. I bought this big box of Eldar to build, but I was just like, cool characters. Let's build them instead. Yeah, because I think what's going to happen is that the Eldar army will be something I end up just painting in the studio when I'm here.
Yeah, well,
because it kind of like just doubling my time up. Because also like it means that like if I'm painting fists at home, I don't want to have to like bring all my paints here.
No, of course. If only we had easy access to paints downstairs now.
What we need here is an airbrush, though.
I might bring mine in the future.
And then we should just airbrush all the things. My pants.
I might bring mine in the future because then I do more hobbying here than anywhere else now.
So we can just get all the armies done. The problem I've got at the moment is that the Drakari weren't really on my net zero list.
You've added them.
And I've added them. Corsairs definitely weren't. I need Games Workshop to hurry up and tell us the base size of the new Defiler.
Deeks, love you. Thank you, Scott Stapley, for 5 gifted memberships. We're on 32.
Hey. Hooray! What is chat?
Oh, Scott doesn't get a hope.
Oh, why?
We gifted 5. I said thank you. You went, wait, he doesn't get a hope. Does he get a hope?
Oh, I didn't hear that bit. just like going, yay.
Yay.
I hope, Scott, that you become famous and incredibly rich for writing Super Mario Bros. Erotic fan fiction.
Wow, that took a turn. I didn't expect that to go there, Joe, I'll be honest. How would and actually, I'm not going to ask. I don't think that's something I want to hear live on air.
There's a big subculture of people that are fans of Bowsette. Right,
okay. Should we leave that there?
Yep.
Cool, good. I'm glad for that.
But
all you've got to ask yourself, chat, is how does he know?
It's the man of the world.
Yes. I'm just going to say yes, Jay. That's fine.
Did you hear about that guy that's had his life destroyed on Reddit? He's lost his job. He's lost his volunteer job because basically he challenged the developers of Helldivers 2 to complete one of their hardest missions at the moment on like the hardest difficulty, because apparently the developers are notorious for not playtesting like every difficulty because it's so hard. So he basically said if you beat it on the hardest difficulty, one mission, so 4 devs, no other people involved. If you beat it, he was like, I will donate $1,000 to their chosen charity.
Okay.
And basically, the people of Reddit took offence to this and destroyed his life.
What?
It's mental. Because I think a lot of them were like, if you don't support the charities we want, we will destroy everything that you love.
Stay off Reddit, kids.
Yeah.
It's a dark place.
I don't remember 4chan being that terrible.
I remember 4chan.
But maybe I was just innocent on 4chan. I was an
possible.
innocent young boy.
I don't use any of that
I didn't.
Reddit stuff anymore.
No. I've never used Reddit. I know it exists, but it's like a dark place, like Bridgewater.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. This is actually quite a nice model to put together, I'll be honest.
My hand slowly turning. I was painting on my desk, and I was using my thing as a palette, and now my hand is turning yellow.
I don't really want to play tonight, but I feel like I should have to. I should.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I mean, it's been weeks, Joe, since I've played.
Tom was talking about running all berserkers all the time.
I feel like we should.
I had a plan to make him miserable.
So you two, even though I put on the schedule that I was playing, just assumed I wasn't.
Yeah, because that's how it always goes.
That's how it often goes. Always is a stretch. Often I'll accept.
Yeah. Yeah. How it mostly goes is that you're on the schedule, and I'm like, this situation is fluid, you know? So I just assume that it's going to be me and Tom. And I cultivated a way to make his life miserable.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
He's like the little brother I never had.
Why?
Because I take a real pleasure in
Bullying him.
bullying.
You bully him because he always wins.
What?
It's not really much of a bully if he always wins, is
That's
it?
because he's my little brother, you know. You still need to let them feel like they've accomplished something in the face of adversity.
You call him his little brother, look at that.
Just like, I can't let him know that I could just destroy him whenever I wanted.
Can you?
If I fell on him.
Yeah,
No.
touche. That'd probably work.
I'd be like, just go down the stairs ahead of me. Woo!
Don't check Joe's search history at work. Don't worry, I won't. It's a dark place.
I don't use the computer at work for searching on the internet. There's no secret mode on it.
I mean, there is. He just doesn't know how to get there.
But there's also a camera that looks at it as well.
There is also cameras that look at it, yeah. Could be on. There's microphones. You know what they say? You're never alone with a microphone.
Hopefully. That's how I get discovered and Hollywood takes me away.
You reckon? What would be your chosen main genre that you do? Action, rom-com, horror,
erotic thriller.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I don't know, romantic action comedy.
What would be your stage name, Joe?
Chat.
Tell us your stage names. It's a £2 super chat. Tell us your stage names.
Strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake. Yeah. I said stage name, not porn name.
Oh.
I mean, lean into it. I guess it'd be a unique name.
I don't know. I always like the name Chris Redfield from Resident Evil. He just goes around just punching boulders, being cool.
Taking a fucking video game name. It's so Joe. Joe's the new Ron Jeremy. Liam's got cameras everywhere. I have, yeah, Dave. Even in your bedroom.
Yeah, in the toilet, looking directly up.
Well, I have to have them in the toilet because I'm often worried that you fell in.
Oh. I'm just a phone scroller when I go to the toilet. I love the Jazar model,
but
it's so good. But both Jazar and Lilith suffer from the same problem, where their hair joints are just awful. They're like, my hair is snapping now. Good day.
Is Jazar's just as bad as it?
Yeah. They want me to glue this directly in the middle, and I'm going to trust them.
Joe Schlong. It's a great name. That is Joe's stage name now. Joe Schlong. So I'm going to introduce you on the show later.
This guy is 90% mould lines though, Jesus.
Yeah. Thank you, Luke Pywalker, for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Luke.
You're a legend.
I hope that your life gets turned into a made-for-TV short series with a fulfilling ending. You know, there's nothing worse than watching a documentary and that has no real conclusion.
Fair.
Well, that's so annoying.
It is. Thank you, Luke. You're a legend.
Yeah, like, it's often murder documentaries, so they're the best documentaries to watch. But when they're like, oh, they're still at large, you know, but the police know who he is. He's being questioned 40 times. They've arrested him and he got let loose, and now he's living in a hotel resort in Spain. We know exactly where he is, but for some reason we can't arrest him.
I started watching a new series yesterday.
Oh yeah,
called 56 or something. It's like, I've only watched the first episode, but it's weird. Like, it jumps between present day and 56 days ago. And like, in present day, the detectives in the US have gone to this property and there's like a decomposing body in a bath.
Hot.
It's pretty grim. It's tough wank, managed it. Then it goes to 56 days before. There's like a guy and a girl who then meet each other for the first time and start dating, right? And you don't know which one of them is the fucking psychopath, or if either of them are actually the dead person in the bath. I've only watched the first episode, so I can't spoil anything because I've only watched the first episode. I quite like those because at the moment I'm like, I have no idea who's done it. I have no idea. Sometimes you watch a series like a crime thriller or whatever, and in like the first 10 minutes, like, cool, I know who's done this.
Yeah.
This is not one of those. How much Crute stuff does Paddy the channel have? Paddy has some Crute stuff. I don't know how much he's got.
I think he's only got 6.
Cruise
6 gorillas, yeah.
He's got 6 riders. He's got 30 carnivores, maybe?
Yeah.
20, 30 carnivores. And a couple other characters. I have purchased myself the new Crew Combat Patrol. I fucking love that box.
I think you buy that 3 times, then 3 boxes of gorillas, and just... So that's the start. That's the core of it.
Take me from now.
Just 18...
I want to do mech suits and crew. I don't
pigs.
want to do any Tau infantry. Mech suits, crew.
Yeah.
That's what I care about. No fucking Pathfinders, no fucking Fire Warriors, no fucking Breachers coming out of Devilfishes. None of that shit. Big suits, fucking crew. That's what I want.
I mean...
It's probably shit, but I don't care. Double Stormsurge at the back.
I like... I think 1 Stormsurge is probably enough. Because they're quite points dense, aren't they?
I don't know. I haven't looked at the points. I'm just making it up as I go along. This is the first time in 40k in a long time I'm just buying shit I like and going for it.
Oh.
He is 360 points for a Stormsurge.
Yeah, I think you probably take 1.
He 8-inch move, Joe. He's toughness 11 with a 2+ save.
18-inch move?
8-inch move.
Oh, 8.
Toughness 11 with a 2+ save. 20 wounds.
Nice.
Leadership 7, OC 6, and a 4-up invulnerable save. And he can move over 4-inch stuff that doesn't exist. When you make a ranged attack, you can ignore any auto modifiers to the hit roll.
What's his base size?
His base size is that one, 120.
So his move is basically his base length.
Yeah. So he can ignore penalties to hit, and if you target a Titanic or Towering unit, you can reroll hits.
Oh.
So he's mostly a bit shit, but he's fucking cool.
I think you kind of you have to give him the not blast gun. Solely because if someone touches him in combat, he ain't going anywhere. And you need to be able to shoot that gun into combat.
You've got twin smart missiles. You've either got twin flamers, burst cannons, or airburst projectors, and you've got the cluster rocket system. The cluster rocket system is also blast.
I suppose if you did like a semicircle of gorilla pigs around him, then no one can charge him because they have to charge the gorilla pigs.
All suits and crew. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want, as well as another 63 members, I'll be honest. I think he gets flamers. You can give him flamers or burst cannons or twin air bursting fragmentation projectors. Chat, that's what you can give him. I just got my siege figures yesterday, both super cool because they look awesome, and a drag because they really show that the rest of my gang is my personal non-skilled painting. Are you happy with the end result though, Tony? Thank you for the $10, man. You're an absolute legend. And thank you for 5 gifted memberships, Mr. Tony Winnick.
Thank you, Tony.
Push us over 40.
I hope that you start and own a successful clothing company.
Okay.
Which becomes famous for using sustainable fabrics, like pubic hair.
Right, okay, good.
Or just hair in general.
Yep.
Body hair. Mm-hmm. Like, you could go to
Would you buy that? Would you buy clothing made of people's body hair?
I mean, it depends if that clothes are nice. If it's soft. Because I was like, because I hate wearing wool.
Do you? Why?
They're like, I hate the itchiness, right? You know me, I'm not super jazzy about a lot of fabrics.
You are very fussy about what you wear.
And I picked up some school trousers out the wash, and they instantly transported me to being a child when it had that itchy, horrible stuff inside. So I was like, ugh, yeet, can't touch that.
Like MC Hammer.
Yeah, and but like those kind of like hippie shops kind of sell a lot of like clothes made out of nettles. And I was like, if there was like a plant, I would assume that you don't want to make clothes out of. It would be the plant that stings everyone when it touches them.
Yeah, but you can take the stingers off, Joe. We used to make nettle soup.
Why?
Because you'd make something to eat when you're out in the field.
Oh.
You get nettles, put them in the broth, brew it all up.
Yeah. Sounds awful.
Make sure you get all the stingies off them so that when you eat it, it doesn't sting you inside your mouth. Nettle soup. That's right.
Why don't you just pick mushrooms and eat them?
Because you don't know which ones are toxic.
I think I'd rather have the runs than eat nettle food.
I mean, you can get much worse than the runs from random mushrooms, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I suppose you don't want to be on stag just tripping, do you?
No. Nor do you want to be on stag desperately needing a shit.
Just poo. Just go. Wear llama wool. I had alpaca wool. We used to have alpacas. I just wool stuff. Like I would not have done well in England in any time before the 40s.
I think you would have done because you'd have known no different. So you
Maybe.
could have been pissy about the.
Or I'd just be just a nudist.
Just like you are on Wednesdays.
Yeah. I am.
Coming on Wednesday's chat, he's just wandering around naked the whole time. Anybody else got any opinions on this new model stuff that's coming out? Because I kind of thought the boxes yesterday were a bit like, cool. The Iron Warriors Combat Patrol, I think, is very good if you're a new Chaos player.
Yeah.
But I think if you're not a new Chaos player, it's a bit meh. I don't love the vehicle one. I think it's good value, but I think it's going to be an expensive box. And then what they're doing is they're going, so you want 2 repulsors? Well, here's a cheaper way of buying it.
This is so telling of how ridiculously overcosted the individual models are in this box set. So that box set for the Space Marines is 2 Repulsor Executioners and 2 Dreadnoughts. The AdMech one is an Onaga Dune Crawler, an Iron Strider, and a fucking Toaster. What's it called? The Dune Rider.
Right.
I reckon that those boxes will be the same price because those things are just ridiculously overcosted.
Are they?
When someone's job was to basically price the AdMech range, they were like, no one wants to buy this army, so just make it so expensive. No one wants to do this army, so just kill it before it gets popular. And then you've got the Eye of Terror Battalion Imperial Knights, which is a Castellan and 2 Baby Knights. I'm kind of like, if that box set's more than 120 quid, I think it's probably overcosted. These new box sets will be going up alongside the Eye of Terror book set and all its associated kits, Mutilators, Defilers, et al. They just put ETAL.
Yeah. Right.
Who's that?
And everything. Hello.
Et al.
Yeah.
I've never seen that abbreviation before.
Have you not?
Not etc. So keep an eye on the Warhammer community to find out when you can get yours, which will be eventually.
At some point.
At some point in the future. I hope it comes out at least 2 weeks before the middle of April, because that's when I'm at Warhammer World and I want to use the Imperial Fist attachment.
We're keeping you up. Are you yawning because they're not gifting?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
They're boring me with their poverty. No. We appreciate every way that you can help us.
That's actually genuine, true. He's not wrong. Not for a foot. It's a big old foot, isn't it? Big old cow foot.
Like a... Yes. I'm tired because basically I played Battlefield until midnight, as I often do.
Yeah.
And then I thought, to relax my brain, I'll do some painting for half an hour.
And it wasn't half an hour?
And then I painted for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
All the time.
I just love painting.
You don't have to do that.
What?
Paint for 2 hours at that time of night.
But I enjoy it.
No, I know. But you don't have to do that. You can just paint in normal hours.
Oh, but I paint in normal hours as well.
Do you? Thank you, Wicktail, for the one gifted. You're a legend.
But like...
Thank you also, Necro, Demon, Jeremy, Deeks for the one gifted as well. You two people are beautiful. We're actually on a nice even 45 right now.
40.
45. So 5 more gets us to literally halfway. And then someone can get all Tuesday excitable and give 50 and we're done. And I'll definitely learn to play Town tonight. Spoilers, I'll probably do it anyway.
Thank you, Dirty Bird, for 20 gifted membership.
20?
20.
Look at you go. Well, now no one has to do 50 there.
Oh, it's very generous, very kind, very wonderful.
Thank you, Dirty Bird, for 20 gifted memberships.
I realised I need to buy some more paint.
Why?
I just remembered I need to get some Corvus black paint.
When you say you need to buy some more paint?
I mean, you need to go buy me some paint.
I thought so.
Do it! Dirty Bird, I hope.
You love a dirty bird, don't you, Jay? Careful, he might follow you on Instagram. Got a GT this weekend, let's go. What are you taking, dude?
Yes, what are you taking? I hope that your GT this weekend
What's relevant?
gives free lunch both days. And they give you an option of like vans, like food vans and stuff. One is like pizza.
Oh, okay.
One is
A personal hope for Joe now.
kebab.
Still a personal hope for Joe.
And the other one, Mexican burrito.
It's all just what you like. Thank you.
I really like burritos. They're really good.
I like burritos. We had Mexico last Saturday because Soups turned up and bought us Mexico because he's fucking a wonderful human being. And,
What's your world eaters list? Is it 60 berserkers? And if not, why not?
what was the answer to on only level? Oh, sorry, Sammy, I forgot, didn't I? I'm distracted by a pretty big model. So online order only. So some of you guys know that Games Workshop have stuff that's online only, right? And that's not their main trade range. So their main trade range gives independent retailers a discount, which means that we can sell it to you guys for cheaper than their RRP and still turn some kind of profit, albeit not very big. Realistically, I'd like to give away less than the 15% we're currently giving away off of RRP, but then we don't compete with Element, and I think that's a silly idea. So we're giving away more than I'd like to at this stage of the business because the business needs to make some cash so we don't go bankrupt in what is currently 5 months. So they give you markup on product, right? Online only, you don't get that same markup. You get a lot less. So you can realistically only sell it at cost. So if it's 25 quid on the Games Workshop website, the only way it makes sense financially is to sell it for 25 quid, right? It doesn't make sense to knock anything off of it, really. There is a world where we might better take 5% off, but I'm not sure it's worth it. So what we have done is we have imported the whole online order library into our system so we can, in the future, theoretically, and we're not currently set up to do it right now, but we can theoretically in the future order it for you. You can come in and say, can I have this and this and this from the shelf and then this thing from online? And we could order it in for you, have it delivered to store, you can pick it up from us. Very realistically, we could do that in the future. In terms of stocking it, well, they have a main trade list and then a separate list for this stuff for a reason, and I assume one of those reasons is that the product doesn't sell as good or as well or as fast, and so they don't put it on their main trade range, they produce it less often, they give us smaller margins on it, is my assumption, and it is an assumption to be fair. So I don't think it's worth, at the moment at least, us stocking it as a full range. The other problem with it is the way in which you stock it is a fucking nightmare.
Oh.
So when you have their main stockist range, you basically fill in an order form, email it to them, have a fucking phone call about new releases, jobs are good and everyone's happy, right? If you want to do online only stuff, you have to go into an online portal, individually go and find each item that you want to order, add it to cart. It's a right pain in the arse. Doable, not impossible. So that's the long answer. Short answer is, I think there is a world where we can allow you to back order it from us. We'll order it for you on your behalf, get it in our delivery, and then tell you when we've got it. But downside being, you're not going to get any additional discount probably.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't know many other or any other companies that do direct order only stuff on discount.
well, no, it won't be on discount, which means at that point, and I hate to say this as a business, you might as well just buy it from Games Workshop.
Yeah.
You'll probably get it quicker.
Oh, 100%. Because realistically, if you have, say you order some paints, whatever, like a kit that we've got on the shelf, and then you order a direct order only thing, surely you're just delaying the length of how long your order comes as well,
like,
right?
I have no problems with ordering it in for people once our system's ready to do that, and I'm more than happy to service them and say, hey, you want to buy everything from Hobby House? Cool, we'll sort it all out for you. We would make some money off you buying it from us. Minimal, but we would make some. So I'm not going to say no to it ever, but if you want it quicker, you might as well just order it direct, to be honest. But you get Hobby House points. You would get Hobby House points once the loyalty scheme's up and running, yes. You would get Hobby House points. We would make some money off of it, and it is minimal, but we would make some money off of it.
What does a loyalty scheme get you?
A reach round.
Oh. That is exciting. And what are you reaching around?
I don't know. What the fuck?
Your idea?
Yeah.
Have you glued the foot on?
No, but I don't know how to balance it without him going all fucking retard feet.
You have to just super glue it.
I don't want to super glue it.
Oh.
Why would I super glue it?
So let it stay still.
This is going to be a challenge. It's worth the points and the support and the reach round, exactly. Thank you. I mean, we'd love it if we get to a point where we can order it and you'll want to use us so we make some money. Of course, we're not going to say no to that.
Yeah.
But I am also about being open, honest, transparent for customers. Too many businesses aren't that way around. Hey ho. We are currently, chat, on 65 of the finest members. Look at you lot go. Who's been sat on this seat? Why is it not fucking squeaking?
I really hope that the Drakari refresh isn't too soon.
Why?
Because I've basically got 25 to 30 incubi that I own. I need to get built. I need to finish building and then get painted. I don't want to have to do it again soon.
Reasonable.
Also, anyone that knows narrative, you might know the answer to this, Liam. Why is it when you join the Yanari, why do you take your helmet off if you're an aspect warrior?
I don't know.
Like, why do you make yourself more killable? You're like, please, somebody shoot me in the head because I've lost all my brains to the concept of self-defense. And Eldar are squishy enough, you know. They need that helmet.
You right?
You're not using super glue?
No, why?
You're using plastic glue?
Yeah, why?
Well, he'll be holding that for ages.
No, why?
Put like a glue bottle under his bum bum.
This foot's been a bit shitty.
Is there no like pegs for the feet?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. It's all right. I'm enjoying it. Don't worry about me.
I like watching you build things.
My gifts appear to have disappeared into the ether.
Oh.
Thank you, Jack the Biscuit, for 5 gifted memberships.
Yeah, we will give your appreciation to someone else, Fanholio. Don't you worry. Thank you, Jack the Biscuit. You may have Sven's hope. I hope that you get to quit your job, move to Hawaii, and become a scuba instructor. No regrets.
Why Hawaii?
Seems nice there. It's hot.
You're hot.
Get to see all the boats.
And hose.
Yeah. There's a big naval base there, so you can look at the battleships all the day, and then you can just watch the film Battleship all day.
You could, yeah.
And you just be like, what a life. You're like, I lead the best life. Just battleships. Thanks, Svenholio! Ah, they've come through now. No Hawaii for you. I hope.
No Hawaii for you.
I hope that you get to become the mascot for Iceland. The shop.
The supermarket?
Yeah.
Is that a good hope?
Yeah. So no longer is it, like Holly Willoughby saying, mums go to Iceland. They go, Svenholio goes to Iceland. He's there holding a tray of frozen crustaceans.
I'm here for it.
They are famous for the prawn platter.
They don't wear helmets to show they've broken away from the traditional path of the Eldari.
And more killable. It's silly.
He's not wrong.
Silly billies.
Thank you, Sven, for the 5 gifted.
Thank you, Sven.
Jack for the 5 gifted. We're on 75, chat, with 25 to go. Before I definitely learn to play Tower tonight.
Yeah? Definitely 100%.
I said if they get to 100, I would definitely 100% learn to play Tower tonight.
Okay.
Which means you're going to have some pain once I'm stood opposite you trying to learn how to play Tower. It won't be a good list.
I will bring a subpar Imperial Fist list. Because I was hoping that Toby would have his Iron Warriors done by now, but...
He's done a lot. Like a death cult, kind of, yeah.
He he uses all these like lubes and oils and stuff, doesn't he, to like make all of his stuff look dirty.
Yeah.
Which take like a million working days.
Well, no, he reckons it's really quick. Like he covers it and then wicks it all off or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never understand these painting techniques where it's like cover, model it in stuff, take all stuff off.
Yeah, and then you leave stuff in the recess. I'm like, why not just pin wash? Why not just wash the recesses that are going to be dirty? But the problem is or people that use oil washes, like the thing about oil washes is they're kind of just, it's just like liquid talent really, because like you put it on, wipe it off, and it just looks kind of good. But what these people don't tell you is that this liquid stuff that you goop all over your models and then wipe off takes forever to dry. It takes ages, and I can never mix the right consistency either. So mine always dries really badly. And then, so when you've got one load of stuff drying, you work on some other stuff, and then you do some bits and you work on another stuff. He's also using mostly Horus Heresy models, which I don't have a problem with because my army's got a lot of Horus Heresy stuff in it as well. But he's got a lot of Saturnine Terminators that he's using as proxies, and they take forever to build.
This foot's a bit shitty. Oh, that fucking toe came off. That makes more sense there. You right there?
Just
fucking looking at me like I'm a weirdo.
This is why I use a lot of super glue in my building.
I can't fucking stand super glue.
Why?
I don't like it.
But for jobs like that where plastic glue is inefficient because you glue it, it's like.
It's
And
just
then it dries like this.
It's just a weird joint at the ankle. It kind
I
of
don't want that.
Doesn't want to sit in the joint properly, and it was sat a bit weird. So I've repositioned the foot, which has moved the blockage, which means it doesn't sit in the joint properly. Now it sits in the joint properly.
So like for things where arms where they go super glue. Body where it's static, it doesn't move.
I'm the opposite. I use plastic glue because I'm like, once I've got it kind of there and tacky, I want to bend it into the shape and then hold it to set. That's why I use plastic glue. Which is literally what I've just done. So now it's started to set, I can go, right, it's not quite level, twist it forward, have it sat still, and that's why I use plastic glue. And now it'll dry like that. Thank you, Marcus Franzen, for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Marcus.
20 to go, chat.
I hope that you get the massive duck car that the Penguin drives in Batman Returns. And you have an army of penguins with little rockets on their back.
Anchors up or anchors down?
I would have said anchors down because that would have been easier for you to sort those fucking feet out.
I haven't made them yet, so.
Probably, I like the idea of. I don't think I've ever seen one with anchors down. Didn't realise that was an option.
Anchors down, you reckon?
Yeah. He's a massive anchor. How are you going to feel when my army of tiny little elf men run up and punch your big robot to death?
Sad.
Are you going to run Paddy's one tonight?
He hasn't got a Stormsurge. Literally asked him yesterday.
What's that big ass fucking robot he's got out back?
You got a Towner.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not running the Towner. No. He wrote me a list.
Yeah. Is it obscene?
I don't know if I would use it against you.
Yeah. Because the problem is Paddy.
I mean, I'll read it out. I don't know what I'm doing, so it might be that it's fine because I know what I'm doing. Right, Commander Farsight.
Yeah.
Commander Shadow Sun.
Cool.
Commander in Cold Star battlesuit. Commander in Enforcer battlesuit.
Yeah.
Right, because I said I like battlesuits.
Yeah.
Broadside. 3 Fire Knife crisis suits. 3 Starsides crisis suits. 3 more Starsides crisis suits. Ghost Kill. 5 stealth suits. 5 stealth suits. Riptide.
Horrible.
So, I mean, I like it because it's all suits all the time, which is exactly what I told him I wanted.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that is what you're getting.
Bit obnoxious. Maybe it's fine.
It might be fine. It might go perfectly great. Perfectly wonderful. I mean, the problem is what I've discovered, I love Paddy to bits, and he's all about fun in the game. But what I've learned is that it's only about him having fun.
One person gets to have fun.
Yeah, he's like, this game's great. I had loads of fun. I'm having loads of fun. I love being here. And his opponent is just stood there crying, just picking up models.
Yeah, so I think I'm not going to do that. I think it'll be something akin to that just because I want to all run suits. But I might mix in some of his crew that he's got.
Yeah, crew are cool.
Suits and crew, mate. Honestly, it's my new favourite thing.
When I talked about the idea of doing some like Friday afternoon 1,000-point league, I do like the idea of just doing a crewed army.
Yeah, I like that
for it.
Crewed army. There's a guy who ran a big tournament recently, didn't he? It was just a crewed army.
All crew all the time.
Was it?
It's basically if I have 1 million models in the middle of the table which you physically cannot move past, because they're just there in the way, scoring all the points. I just win. And he's not wrong. It works.
That bit's a 69.
But I think in 1,000 points, you can't really do that. Yeah. How does chat for? I've got an idea for the first event. The narrative is, I just have a planet where the people on the planet know someone's invading, but they're just vibing.
Just vibing.
They're just there,
just chilling out,
just chilling,
living the best life.
And then basically what happens is the people that turn up to play in the first narrative event set the narrative going forward.
Sounds cool.
Right. So if someone turns up with an Ulthway Eldar army, then the craft world Ulthway is there, kind of thing. Yep. If someone turns up with Huron, but there's no other chaos stuff, there's Hurons leading the invasion for them, right? Whatever Necron dynasty that someone's painted their army as, that becomes the leading dynasty of the narrative campaign going forward. Because I find that most narrative events are usually the war's already started, something's already going on. But I like the idea that the narrative is we're on planet Goth Girls in Fishnets, right?
The famous planet.
The famous planet, Goth IHOP, right? And they're just chilling, spitting in people's coffee, They
won Beachhead. Did Crete win Beachhead?
Yeah. And then basically, whoever turns up to invade, the people that buy the tickets, that submit their army lists, you can then, as a TO, look at who's turned up, and then you can assign them jobs to do. So you'd be like, why is this Drakari player here? What's their narrative for the event? And you kind of grow it from the first people that join.
Okay.
So the first one is quite lax in overall starting narrative, but you build it as the event goes on. And then the next narrative event that happens, you go, this place was destroyed. The Necrons built this monument, the guard protected the statue of Gothness,
That famous statue?
Yeah. And you just go from there.
I mean, it sounds good. If you think you can pull it off, it sounds incredible. If you think you can pull it off.
And if it doesn't work, people have had a fun weekend anyway.
Yeah, we've tried.
We tried it, and we tried something else.
We do start thinking about events at RB House. I do need more people to come through the door. That would be great.
And what about coming in the shop?
Spread the word far and wide, please, chat. It was quiet last week.
That was a great joke.
Was it?
Wasted on you.
Was it? Was it? I found there's 2 little panels that I hadn't put on.
How would people feel about bringing 2 army lists? They bring a 2,000 point army, but then they also have a 1,000 point army which can be made from the models that they bought in the 2,000 point one. So say you go,
excuse me.
Say, I don't know, an Imperial Fist player and a Guard player turn up. You go, this game, we're going to join you together and it's going to be a doubles game. And you're going to fight this Tyranid player and this Gene Stealer cult player. How do people feel about that? But then I guess it also means that they get paired up with someone they might not necessarily know.
That's fine, isn't it?
Maybe you have to secretly ask them in advance. You go, that guy over there,
Thinks you fit.
Thinks you fit. Or like that guy over there that smells like week old cheddar cheese and clearly works in a fish factory.
Thinks you fit.
Thinks you fit. Can he pair up with you? Yeah.
Might be back on the school playground, Joe, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm here for it. Thinks you fit. Chat, we're still on 80 members! Oh, Super Chats have tanked as well lately, Jay.
Yeah?
We can't seem to engage them in great conversation.
We asked them the questions and they're like, nah.
Nah, fuck it, not interested. Although the one time it really kicked off was when I told them to tell me their most embarrassing stories or their most embarrassing moments at work or their biggest fuck-ups. And then they were really, you know...
We're ended like, me. I'm the biggest fuck-up. I love a bit of self-deprecation.
But yeah, you know, I think that kind of stuff for narrative events sounds really cool. I'm into it. Like, people keep saying to me, "You run events here, you run tournaments here." I'm like, we will do both, but I want to run more events than tournaments. And I know it sounds silly, like, well, they're the same thing, but they're not. I feel like a tournament is a tournament. You go there to end up with a winner, and that's cool.
I still like competitive tournaments.
No, I do,
and
we'll run them, and I think we'll still do competitive events, and we'll still do tournaments. But the idea of a tournament for me is you go there and you determine a winner. And the idea of an event for me is you go there and everyone has fun. They're two different things. There are some people who go to tournaments who, especially if they really want to win and then they lose all their games, have just not had a good weekend. So, you know, I don't know. My opinion.
They've got to have a best kitchen fuck-ups for After Dark. My kitchen manager stabbed me in the hand.
Did he?
No, technically, he didn't stab me. We were messing around, and I may or may not allegedly have punched him in the wiener.
Right.
So he grabbed the closest thing to him and threw it at me, which happened to be a knife. And I put my hand up, and he stabbed me, and that's why I've got a scar right there. Because it went bloop straight into my hand. He got sent home, and I had to carry on working, which was the biggest fuck up of management, I'm pretty sure, as well. And there was another time they've got like microwave ovens. So you got your normal microwave where you cook like a soup in 3 minutes, your beans in a minute, right? But they've also got microwave ovens that like cook a jacket potato in like 5 minutes, where normally it'd take like an hour, or a whole pie in 5 minutes. And I remember I took something out, like a pie, with my clicky clackers, technical term, right? And the plate, which had been on, stuck to it and then unpeeled. And I caught it, and it just melted all the skin on my hand.
I've never really worked in a kitchen.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm glad. I mean, I've obviously used a home kitchen.
Throwing knives is rare, though, to be fair.
I've obviously used a home kitchen. There's stuff that has gone wrong, but I don't think it's ever...
I worked with a guy who tripped on some ice on the floor, and he fell forward. He put his hand down, and he put his hand on the spike that you put the dead receipts on, which went straight through his hand.
That is pretty sharp. We've got one downstairs.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, don't do
that.
Yeah, I won't. Sammy says, had boiling oil poured over my head, tripped to A&E and 4 months off. I assume it was an accident. Otherwise, who did you piss off?
I had a kitchen manager when I was younger, different time, right, where if you fucked up, what he'd do is he'd leave a teaspoon in the fryer, and then when you weren't paying attention, he'd find like a bare bit of skin on the back of your arms, or a bit of a muffin top sticking out your chef thing. He'd be like, pfft. You didn't do it again. Didn't do it again.
I fucking chinned him.
But I think it made me better in the kitchen.
No,
it's like I didn't do it again. I didn't make those mistakes ever again.
What a fucking awful working environment.
But I had a lot of kitchen managers that would be like wet kitchen towel, like snap you kind of thing. Like if you took some food out and you forgot to do something, or you took the wrong food out, you'd get the burn or the whip.
That sounds awful.
And but our kitchen staff, our floor staff, our kitchen staff, were on point. Very few fuck ups.
I don't think you're making it better for me. I don't.
And you're working basically like insane hours. Like I remember you'd get there at like 6 a.m, work till 3. So you do all breakfast, all lunch, have a break till like 5, and then you do like the evening shift until like 10:30.
It doesn't sound nice.
And you do that 5 days a week. Like, it was hard work, and I hated it when I was there, but there's a real sense of accomplishment at the end of the day when the kitchen's like super clean and everything's put away.
The only thing I've ever heard from people who work in kitchens is it's stress.
Oh, it's all stress all the time.
And I'm like, that sounds awful. Why would you want to work in that environment?
Money?
Is it good?
No. You get to listen to the music you want.
Yeah, I guess.
And you become like trauma bonded to everyone that you work with. Because it's all awful all the time. But it's a lot of fun. Sometimes.
Thank you, Dematic. I'll let Joe.
When will we see Joe's? I've not got around to editing it. It takes. I need to find time to edit because I recorded it all, and then obviously all the Huron stuff was coming, and then I got other stuff coming, and I just kind of got to the point where it's like I'm painting so much I haven't got time to edit the pre-recorded, and then it's like if I go full-time pre-recording and editing pre-recording, I'm not painting. I need more me. I need more time.
We need another staff member, but then we need to be able to afford another staff member.
Yeah.
And I can't afford.
So basically what I need to do is find some time where I haven't got stuff to finish and then do that. And then once I've edited it, put it out, I then need to do it again. This is why like Tabletop Tactics and Titans have like 7 members of staff.
Yeah.
And a painter.
And a painter, yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Whereas we're just relying on volunteers.
But yeah, it'll come. It'll come. Luckily, not much of a major change in the balanced data slate, so it doesn't actually affect the games that got played. It was a bit of a nothing sandwich, the balanced data slate.
Those first ones will come out for members only as well as we test, and Joe's learning to edit again. Because he's done it before. So
yeah.
It's not like this is the first time he's ever edited.
Mm. Yeah, it's just time. Time I should not have enough of. But
preach. There's not enough time in the world, is there, JJ? Not enough time in the world.
But yeah, it will happen. It will happen. It will come. I've nearly finished the Fist. I mean, once I've got them done, I can get them edited. But it's one of those ones where I can't do both jobs at the same time. So, but yeah, once it happens, it'll come. And I've got to do like 1 million more shorts as well. David Squires says, Liam, I got a job.
Well done, mate.
Congratulations well done for getting a job.
Yeah, congratulations.
Or has he got a job for you?
No, I think he's got a new job.
Oh, what is it?
A job.
Yeah.
Mordy, thank you for the one gifted. We were on lovely multiples of 5.
Mordy.
I feel like you've done that on purpose.
Thank you, Evan. At Panda, the idiots clogged the drains so the floor flooded and my cheap shoes became waterlogged. So I went home one day with trench foot. Needed help getting into my car.
Trench foot's
That's like everyday stuff, isn't it? Working in a kitchen. I remember I got called in one morning because the guy we had on the morning shift cleaned the fat fryers, but he didn't drain all the water. So when he refilled it and the oil got hot with the water in it, he just started spraying everywhere. So they sent him home because he was a a moron.
Yeah.
And then I had to come and fix it. And I was like, surely you just get him to fix that problem because he won't do it again.
Yeah. Let it spit and stand him in front of it.
Yeah. And he's an Android dev. So do you make what Star Wars androids? Do you make R2-D2? Everyone's coming in saying it's the time change.
Yeah, it's because America have gone to daylight savings.
Yeah.
This last weekend.
What time is it in America? Well, that's a bit of a silly question, isn't it? Because, like, it's all different times, isn't it?
Thank you, Mordy, for the one gifted. We are now on 81. 19 to go, chat. What time is it in America? It depends. If you're on the East Coast, they were 5 hours behind us. They're now 6 hours behind us. If you're on
they're further away.
I think so, yeah.
Did the country move?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're dodging all the missiles.
Yeah. 11:24 Est. Is that Eastern Standard Time?
Eastern Standard Time, yeah.
Yeah. Ast. What's that? That's not Australian Standard Time. Around Standard Time?
Around summertime. I don't know. Around sexy time.
Yeah. That's the best place to live. I live in around sexy time. It's never a sexy time. It's just around them. There are a lot of nudist places
What's
there.
PST now? 8:25. Okay.
Pacific Standard Time?
Yeah. Jack the Biscuit, thank you for 5 more gifted memberships. We're on 86, Jack.
Thank you, Jack the Biscuit.
It's happening.
I hope that you become a playable character in the new Tony Hawk's game.
Oh, strong. Missed a bit of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Every time you sit there and go, I hope that my brain, with a verbal stim, wants to go, suck a fat one. And I have to stop myself every time, Jay. Every time.
Why?
Why? Because if someone's gifting 5, I don't hope they suck a fat one. I want them to have a
But
nice
maybe they
hope.
want to.
Maybe they want to, yeah. Maybe
But it doesn't have to be what you are implying. It could be a big fat lollipop, you know?
True, yeah.
It could be a big fat cornetto.
That's also
A
true.
big fat Yule log.
Yep, also true. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
A lasagna.
Exactly right. Okay. It
A
could be.
burrito.
It could be all those things. It could be all those things.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. It could be all those things. Thank you so much for 5 gifted, man. You're a hero. Thank you to everybody who's gifted so far. We are on 86 of the finest brand new members. I appreciate you all. You're amazing. There's a bunch of people still in chat shouting and snipe me because they're too cheap to put their own hands in their own pockets.
Smelly.
So if you want to keep going, you might give them a chance to come in, hang out, see what Discord's all about, find all the extra threads, get them hooked on it. The idea is to get them hooked on it and they go, oh, now I really want the membership permanently.
Yeah. And then...
Enjoy your day off, Liam. Yes, Alison, it was great, thank you. It was great and needed.
Are you doing anything for Mother's Day? Don't forget, everyone, it's Mother's Day this weekend.
The boys will make a homemade curry, I think is what she's asked for.
I think I'm going to a brown site. English heritage site.
I was about to say,
the brown signs.
Not just your fucking lie-by, is it?
Yeah. I bloody love a National Trust site. They're so good. They're getting better, National Trust sites. They're a bit more exciting. I just need to find one that lets you take let the dog off the lead.
They normally do in the winter months, don't they?
Mm-hmm. There's a lot near me. So, one thing that National Trust sites need to do better, right, is their shops. Right, the little gift shop on a National Trust place or English Heritage, because they sell a weird selection of things, don't they? So say it's like a ye olde house, right? Like a big manor house that some people used to live in, right? Realistically, none of us give a shit about who lived there because it's never anyone important, really. It's just some rich person from ye olde times. You're just there to see the fancy garden, the big greenhouse, walk around the land, and then go to the world's most expensive cafe with the world's smallest slices of cake. That's just a con every time. But I always do it, and I don't know why. Yeah, I love cake.
You love that cake?
I love cake.
Love that
but
cake.
The shops are like, oh, let's buy a mug because we really love obscure little village, It's always like the name of the village on the mug, And then there's always fudge and rock. And then it's like walking gear, like expensive binoculars, gilets, hats. And then it's like a birdhouse, some rock, a clock, There's nothing anything exciting there, is there?
What would be exciting? What would make it better for you? What would make it 100 times better for you?
I don't know, a working trebuchet.
Fair, okay, yeah. That you can use?
Yeah, a remote control car.
Right. Are we just listing prizes now on Generation Game?
Yeah. Something targeted to anyone under the age of 60, Because according to National Trust sites, all old people do is, drink tea and stand in gardens.
Okay. David, thank you for one gifted. We're on 87. And I think we're about to go, actually, as well. 30k models are only historical, aren't they? Yeah, fair. National Trust must be a 30k model.
Yeah, but tell some bolt action.
Yeah, bolt action, yeah.
Yeah, get some Napoleonics in there.
Toby's got excited because he's just bought the drop zone.
Oh, he hasn't, has he?
Something.
Drop zone commander.
I don't know, TT combat? Drop something?
Yeah, it's kind
Spaceship
of
battles.
It's like Temu Battlefleet Gothic, isn't it?
I don't know.
But you fight in like a city.
It's spaceship battles. Galactic spaceship battles is what he told me. He's quite excited about it.
Well, he shouldn't. I don't want to gatekeep Tony's hobby, but get a better one.
Well, what's wrong with that?
There's a reason why it was a game system that died and someone bought it.
Did they? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
You sure?
It's one of those game systems that, someone started because they were upset that, Games Workshop stopped supporting Battlefleet Gothic.
Do you think they'll ever bring it back?
I hope, yeah. It'll come back and it'll be terrible because it'll be in Horus Heresy.
You reckon?
They'll fuck it up because they always do.
Drop Fleet Commander, that's the one, I think, yeah. I think that's the one.
So instead of just playing Battlefleet Gothic, they were like, let's start our new game and make it look like AI aliens. And be all hipster about it because there's not a Games Workshop.
But it will die the second Battlefleet Gothic comes back anyway.
Well, it died pretty quick. I think it was really popular for a hot minute, and then everyone realised it wasn't Battlefleet Gothic. So they all kind of just went back to playing Battlefleet Gothic.
Oh, it made me sad though. He was really excited about it. I was like, cool, I'll give it a go.
Well, he could be excited about it, I'm not one to judge people for their choices or the games that they play, even when they're wrong.
He is one to judge, chat. You've noticed. Well, we've got 13 members to go, Joe, which means I don't have to play Town tonight now.
That's good. For you, if you don't want to.
Yeah, I hadn't decided, so...
Andy Chambers wrote the rules for drops. Right. That doesn't mean it's good, though.
No, it doesn't, to be fair.
Because people can have an off day.
Yeah, who also wrote Gothic. I mean, it'd be a very wargaming community thing to do for the same person to write both rules and for people to kick off about one and not the other. It would be a very wargaming thing
The problem is, though, he wrote it, but it could have been the same. And the problem is that different doesn't always mean good.
No, true.
I've explained this to a lot of people. They're like, "Oh, I've written this army list. It's a bit different to what you normally see," and I'm like, "Yeah, but there's not. What you normally see is what it is because it's good. So that's why people are using it. You know, but like it's good to have competition ultimately as well. You know, like by creating Drop Zone Commander, Games Workshop might have gone, well, actually there is a want for it. We'll do Battlefleet Gothic again, but instead they were like, no, we will shun the community.
There's a
I'm missing the sprue.
This is a beautiful cockpit. Did you just laugh?
Yeah.
Like a child.
Yeah.
It is though. Look at the detail. There's so many controls.
What should I have for dinner tonight, chat?
Come. Again.
I'm bored of it. Bored of it. You can have too much of a good thing, it turns out.
Correct, yeah. Look at the little fish people's heads.
There's a sticker in the Thanes that proves otherwise, Joe. To something.
Look at the little blue man faces.
The Blue Man Group.
What is
Virus outbreak stratagem that later apologised in White Dwarf and it was changed. What's that then? Why did he apologise? I mean, I played the game of Warhammer in the 2nd edition, but I was also young and I was probably playing it wrong.
Young, dumb, full of
meaningful conversation.
This is quite nice. I quite like this. Oh, I did some legs.
Oh, that you don't judge people.
Oh, is he
Why am I? What in the Thane says I judge people? If you deserve to be judged,
It's a very judgy face.
isn't that because Ash bought an Alfa Romeo?
No, he bought a Skoda, didn't he?
Well, he deserves that look, then, doesn't he?
I don't know if that was what that was for, but yeah, he did buy a Skoda. Right, you beautiful human beings. Oh, someone else has booked a table. Ewan has booked a table for Saturday the 14th of March.
McGregor?
Yes, at 2 p.m.
Oh, it's exciting. Are we all excited for the new Highlander?
What's Highlander?
What's Highlander?
What? I only know Highlander in the context of you can only take one of every data sheet.
Yeah, not the film series, the very famous films of there could be only one.
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh. Just end the stream.
This does sound a look of real disappointment.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. Right. Well.
I loved Highlander growing up.
Right, you wonderful people. We are going to finish here on 87 of the finest members. Thank you so much, you beautiful humans. I love you for it. 13 away from smashing that target, but thank you anyway. Thank you for the 150 likes. You're amazing people. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. I don't know whether I'm actually going to make a whole tower army, but at the moment I'm just enjoying building individual town models. So, hey, who knows?
I mean, you can do that as a thing.
Yeah, I'm
You could do Highlander Tau.
I also want to paint them. I don't know if I want to paint a whole army, so I'll paint Farsight, I'll paint him. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I'm enjoying it at the moment, so.
That's a funny joke. How could there be a new Highlander when there could be only one? Technically, there was 3 Highlanders and a TV series, but it's a refresh. It's a new one. It's got Dave Bautista in it.
I'm so tired I haven't eaten anything, so can we go to the shop as well?
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
You're the one that keeps talking.
Fuck off. Oh, hey, Ollie. How's it going? Ollie had an exclamation mark snipe me earlier as well.
Yeah?
Yeah. And no one gave him a membership.
Oh.
No, I know.
Should become his own member.
I mean, no. He could.
So he could become his own member and then gift members.
He could become a Thane.
Yeah. Become a Thane, Ollie.
Yeah.
Do it.
Right. I'm fucked. Anyway.
I was talking to Chris Frozen this morning, who's printing Battlefleet Gothic ships.
I like some of Chris's work.
And he found for me the Phalanx
What's the phalanx? Thank you, Colin, for becoming a Skull tier member.
Which is the Imperial Fist's capital ship.
I always hated the Eldar ships in Battlefleet Gothic.
He's just printed an entire Eldar fleet.
With the stupid fucking sails.
Yeah. But they are accurate to the models that Games Workshop sold and drew pictures of.
Moldy, thank you for
But the sails are based on reflecting the sun. So if you were at a certain angle to the sun, it meant you went faster.
Moldy, thank you for the one gifted. We're on 89. Okay. I didn't like them though. I always wanted, as an Eldar main fanboy, I looked at Battlefleet Gothic and this is interesting, right?
It is, you're talking again.
Because it's relevant to what you just started talking about. This is interesting because I'm an Eldar fan and you said they'll ruin it by putting it in the Heresy.
Yeah.
But when I wanted to play Battlefleet Gothic, I only wanted to play with Imperial fucking cruisers anyway. So I don't know if it would be a problem for me being Heresy era.
I mean, all it really cuts out, it depends on when it's set, right? Because you could still have Eldar and Orcs. You just don't have Necrons, which I don't have an issue with because they were busted as shit. They were horrific to play against. My mate started playing Necrons, and I immediately hated him as a person. I was like, cool. No one is ever having fun in this game ever again.
No.
Right?
It's like when you play Paddy in his town.
Tau were just bad in the game because the only thing that they had realistically were drone miss. So when you fire a torpedo in Battlefleet Gothic, it just goes in a straight line, as we know about torpedoes. But the Tau had drone torpedoes that you could just turn in 45-degree intervals, every time they went forward. So you kind of chase people, but the rest of their guns were just poo.
Yeah.
But you could still, and no Tyranids. Tyranids were great because they just rammed you and ate you.
Yeah.
But they didn't have models at the time.
Right, well, there you go. We ended on 89. Couple more coming in at the end there. Thank you so much, you wonderful human beings. Sorry, I lied to you.
Thank you, Clone Fandango.
That's a lovely name for becoming a Jarl tier member. What a hero. We're 10 away. All right, beautiful. Love a joint campaign with Battlefleet Gothic and 40k alongside, where the winner of Battlefleet Gothic can all.
This is why I was talking to Chris about this morning. I like the idea of having 2 tables of Battlefleet Gothic fighting, because you can have, whilst they're playing their games over the weekend over your star system or your planet, whoever's in orbit at the time can affect what's going on the ground.
Okay, that's cool. I'm into that.
So you could go, the Chaos have a Blackstone Fortress in the atmosphere at the moment. Chaos forces can deep strike turn 1, kind of situation. Or Imperial Fists have lost or the Imperial Guard have lost their flagship. You don't get command rerolls.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
I like it.
Stuff like that.
Love that kind of stuff. Yeah, beautiful. Actual narrative that impacts in-game.
Yeah.
Big fan. Right, you people have got a game of 40k to enjoy tonight at 7:30. It'll be Joe and I. I need to play a game. I haven't played a game for ages, and I'm aware that I haven't been in front of the camera for a game for a long time. So it'll be Joe and I playing tonight. Wednesday, tomorrow night, we've got the Warhammer show at 7:30 here in the studio. I have got the Cube of Many Secrets.
Talking about? Sorry, I was thinking in my head that I wasn't
so
in the room
last
anymore.
week on, I think it was the Wednesday, they hit 200 members on the show, and I said that I would then do a thing going forward in here. So I've got a 2x2 IKEA Kallax unit downstairs ready to be built, and I've bought 4 cupboard doors to go on the front of it, and they're all going to have question marks on. And every show that I'm live over there and they get to 150 members, a winner's chosen at random, and he can pick one of the doors, and they'll open it and they win whatever's inside. And it might be a Stormsurge.
Is it going to be a Games Workshop carry case? Every single one.
And it might be a single army painter paint for a laugh.
Oh.
So it could be anything.
Okay.
Right?
Are you going to open the other doors at the end of the stream to show that they're not?
I'm going to open the other doors before I open the one they've picked.
Yeah?
Have a look at what you could have won.
Oh. No, what you do is you open one, because to spin the yarn, you open one. So they pick one, right?
Yeah.
Which doesn't matter what, but you know which one the Stormsurge is in, right? And you open that one, and you go, oh, you could have won a Stormsurge. Do you want to keep your choice, or do you want to change to one of the other 2?
Double down.
Yeah. And then they go, ooh.
You can pay 10 members to double down.
No, you go. You could pick another one if you want, but you could have won that because you might know that in the one they picked is like an Imperial Knight, but the other one has an Army Painter one in it, and the other one has like fucking Intercessors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm here for it. Right, there you go. That's coming soon as well. I've got to build the stuff this week and then it'll be ready hopefully for tomorrow, but it might not be. Thursday is another Liam and Joe show back at the table. I'll carry on with my Stormsurge and we'll keep chatting nonsense. Thursday evening is another live game of Warhammer 40k. I can't remember who's in.
It's me, you, and
Paddy.
I think maybe it's. I think it's Paddy.
I think I'm down to play
Adam. I think Adam said he's not in for the rest of the month, but I can't remember.
I think I'm down to play both games today. This week. So
I mean, if you don't play tonight and you play next Thursday, what's the date today? The 10th. So it is Paddy. So if you don't play tonight, if you play against Paddy and you use the Tau, he can tell you how Tau work. Because I can guarantee you, me and Tom don't know how Tau work.
No, that's fine. Makes it more fun, doesn't it? Yeah. There you go. And then on Friday there's After Dark at 7:30 at the new time 7:30 because I'm here anyway working. So all that stuff. Some point in the week there'll probably be a bonus show tomorrow lunchtime, Friday lunchtime, maybe over the weekend. Who knows? Keep an eye out for that one. You're amazing human beings. Thank you for 90 members. Thank you for the likes. You're all insane. We love you all very dearly. That's it. We'll be back at 7:30 tonight. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you
like the Monty Hall paradox
in the next one.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.